Welcome to the L Spot Show. I'm your host, Jessica Lanice. On today's show, we will be discussing about the reality of reality shows. We'll have our guest panelist, Sasha Nycole of Sasha Nycole's Show, joining us in the convo. Then, our reporter Amantha Chery teams up with Alexander King, an executive consultant for NYLAM, discussing do's and don'ts between men and women. After, we'll have luxury high-end fashion designer Tin, who will share with us about his fashion brand, Khangle. But first, let's go to my co-host Camille J to learn what's trending in the reality of reality shows.
Now we all have our guilty pleasures, and don't front like reality shows aren't one of them. What used to be a peek into the lives of celebrities has turned into a whole lot of ratchetness, at least for some of them anyway, from drama to love triangles to lies and so much more in between. However, is reality TV really reality? Some say they're scripted, and some say they're edited to portray a specific storyline. And are the cast of reality shows selling their soul to get high ratings? With doing a reality show, you are pretty much giving up your privacy. And it's not just while the cameras are on. When you think the cameras are off, they're still recording everything you do, from phone conversations to things you mumble and more. And somehow, it often finds their way into post-production. So are the producers of these reality shows really depicting what happened in particular scenes? Or are they shooting hours of footage and cutting it down into a 1-hour show, but cutting out key parts to the show that show us what really went down between the cast? Or how friends became frenemies, or even how that love triangle started. We automatically believe that a particular cast member is the bad guy, but maybe there was more to the story. So I gotta know, do you think reality shows are real? Because some things seem like too much of a coincidence to be true. Let's head over to our panelists to see what they think.
So Camille, these trends are really interesting about reality shows. Yeah. And today we're going to actually have our guest panelist, Sasha Nycole of Sasha Nycole TV.
Hey.
And she's joining us to pretty much discuss a little bit more about reality shows. So based on what Camille said, what do you feel about reality shows being scripted?
I mean, I definitely think that it's like, she's hitting the nail right on the head. I've been to a few reality show tapings, and a scene that will take up to 15 seconds online can take up to 3 or 4 hours for them to actually put in a scene together. After that point, everybody's tired, everybody's trying to go home, and it's like, you can kind of see how these producers set up each scene. Now, do I think that they give them a heads up or it's literally a script that they have them reading off of? No. However, they do put them in situations where it's kind of like they're forcing something to happen.
Right. And that's because the drama sells, and it's proven by us tuning in week after week, year after year to these crazy ratchet shows. Yeah. And I mean, I feel like like I said, it's our own guilty pleasure. They're saying things on the show that we may not necessarily say, or situations that we may not necessarily get into or handle that way. So it's like we're living vicariously through these characters by watching them, throw a couple drinks here and there, buy a couple expensive bags, whatever the case is.
But what do you think about them coaching? Because I know I was actually a part of a reality show, but just like as the bystander, and they were coaching one of the cast members to behave a certain way. So like it was like one of those argument scenes, and then they were saying like, no, I need more, need you to be more animated. Like, that's not reality. If you're not going to actually be that way, why coach them to make it?
At the end of the day, it's about money.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's what's going to sell. So when these producers, and they've been doing this for a long time, these are professionals. They know how to set up a scene. They know how to get someone hyped up. It's almost as if like when you're in school and you have somebody hyping you up to go and fight someone. Right. You might not necessarily want to do it, but because they're in your ear talking and like, oh, you should go do this. Are you gonna let her talk to you like that? I mean, after school, like,
right.
So that's kind of what's happening because they want a reaction. It's those reactions that's going to stream online.
And the thing is, if they didn't go big and go hard, then they're just like us. Why would we watch a show when people are doing the same thing we're doing? It's like everyone should have their own show. Right. So these people have to be doing something different. They have to be, outlandish, and that's why they have the show. But it does come down to it. So how can we still call it reality if they're, coaching them, if they're saying they're getting these certain beats, staging certain scenes. Because how come everybody always got to bring the friend that don't like so-and-so to dinner? Like, stop inviting a friend. We know the friend and they don't like each other. Why do y'all keep going to dinner together?
Right.
But it's because, like, we keep watching it.
Right.
We keep coming. Like, we want to see her throw that drink at the other person. We want to see them turn up. So, you know.
Right. Something that I realized actually after watching Jim Jones' interview that he did recently on Hot 97, he was saying that he created the whole Love and Hip Hop idea, which I did not know, and
He was
that
on
how
the first ones.
right, and that how the idea was behind it was about the wives. But now, if you look at Love and Hip Hop from the first time to now, there's not really any wives. If anything, they're like mistresses, side chicks.
Yeah.
But I mean, they play a big role, I guess, in the hip hop
Listen,
part.
they're all intertwined, and in some way, they're all connected. So I mean, they have to have everybody. They have to have the groupies, the side chicks, everyone.
But
is
it's
all
again,
incorporated in the story.
Those love triangles.
Yes.
We tune in. We're like, oh shoot, what's gonna happen? But then. So are you selling out when you when it's not really so much about the reality, it's more like, let's make sure we have the love triangle, let's make sure we have the fight, the drama. Now, are you selling out because we know it's not necessarily reality. So would you consider them like selling out?
Here's what I'm going to say. Not all reality TV is bad reality TV.
Right.
And that's true.
You have to know yourself and know what you're willing to do and what you're willing to not do. I'm going to give you an example of Remy and Papoose. Remy decided to go on the show right after she got released from prison. A lot of people were like, oh, is this a good idea for her, especially with her career? The way that she did it, she didn't do anything that was defaming her character, defaming herself, or going too outside the grid where we're like, Remy, that's not even you.
Right.
She stayed true to who she was, and because of that, we got to see her grind. We got to see, and now look where she's at.
And the music, I feel like it went hand in hand.
Yeah.
So I feel like some people do a good job by pairing it with their business, making sure they join a show that well represents their brand, or that, you know, it goes hand in hand. And when you do it like that, then it kind of makes sense.
Right.
And I mean, it makes sense and it makes sense.
Right. That's what K. Michelle did, actually, because remember, she started off, I believe it was Love and Hip Hop, and then now she has her own TV show. But you're seeing more of, before in Love and Hip Hop, you're seeing her always fighting and stuff like that. But now you see her as the businesswoman, as the music artist. And I love the fact that she was able to grow and also know to separate herself from that show.
Right. Yeah.
Another person that I feel like is doing the same thing right now is Cardi B. Like, Cardi B, she was known as, you know, the girl in the clubs and stuff like that. And then she got onto Love and Hip Hop. But now she's actually making music. She's going on tour. She's doing a lot of great things. Acting. So I think for some people, the reality shows really do work for them, and I think that's where the reality is. Because you're seeing that growth. But for others, I think that a lot of them, they're just in it for the money, so they keep having the drama.
In the 15 seconds.
Yeah, and the thing that goes along with that is the people who I feel like don't really necessarily have anything to get out of the reality show, they're kind of like the ones who are just like, I'm just going to do this just for the fame of it. When you have someone like a Cardi B or have someone like K. Michelle, who Cardi wanted to get her family out of the hood, and she also wanted to do her music. She has something to look forward to with the show. She knows she sees beyond the show. Also with K. Michelle, she sees behind the show. You have also Remy Ma, she sees beyond the show. But a lot of the other cast members from, you know what I'm saying, other shows, if they don't necessarily have anything to look forward to after the show, it's kind of just like, I'm just going to be on here and wild out and do whatever I want to do. And then,
what do you guys think? What do you guys think about the Basketball Wives, like those type of shows? Because they really aren't promoting much. Like, even you don't really see the husbands. For the most part, they probably have like a new lip line or something like that.
Hair, weave.
I
mean, again, it comes down to the business. It's up to you. What type of business do you want? Do you want a quick, are you thinking short term? Like, hey, I could do this right now. I could play whoever you want me to play. I could be the side chick. I could be the wife. Because I feel like a lot of the basketball wives are not even wives anymore. But anyway. And same thing with the housewives of Atlanta, housewives of Orange County, all those things. It's about the business. Like, Nene, she blew up after that.
Taking over.
And she's gotten hosting gigs, speaking gigs. So it really depends on what your mindset is and how far you want to take it and what you want to do for your brand. Are you willing to go the I'll do whatever the producers say, whether it's reality or not lane, or I'm going to be smart about this and think of life post-show and make sure I'm set post-show.
Also, you need to have a good publicist, because I'm pretty sure all these, you know, breakouts, the publicists are the ones that's really pushing them and directing them. So, you know, hit me up. No, I'm kidding. But no, this is absolutely true. Like, it can either make you or break you. Like, I look at Peter Guns and Amina and Tara. To me, I feel like there's a lot going on. Like, I feel like they should, like, how many times are we going to keep seeing the same scene?
And that's another thing I always wonder about reality TV. They know the show is about to come out. So when you say something in secret, it ain't really a secret because you know everybody's, and it's like, did you warn this person before the show actually came out? Because they gonna find out when the whole world finds out, and it's like, I never understand that.
But it could be the producers, like going in and telling them, say something about so-and-so.
Right, say something about so-and-so, but also go to that person after the taping is done and be like, listen, this is about to come out.
Exactly. I mean,
this is about to come out, so I just want to let you know, but a lot of times they don't
so
do that.
here's my question.
Okay.
Would any of you guys do a show?
I would consider doing a reality TV show, but I would definitely do, you know, stay true to who I am. I ain't gonna do that crazy fighting and all sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys a quick story. So I did like kind of audition for a reality show through one of my previous jobs. No, I'm not even about that life. I'm not about that life. But the funny thing about it, with the audition, they wanted to see you get a little bit out of character. And I noticed that I kind of slightly sold my soul and got out of character, you know, where I would never normally act like that.
Yeah, I mean,
so that kind of taught me, like, okay, this is not my scene. If it's going to be a reality show, it's going to be really reality.
Because when that check is dangling in front of you, it's
I know.
like, how far are you going to go to get that check? And I guess it's just about, like, your strength within yourself. Thinking long-term versus short-term. And how do you want to be presented with your brand, yourself, post-show?
Right, but ladies, this was absolutely a great conversation. I think we got our feelings out about reality shows. Now we're going to go into our reporter segment, Amantha Chery, about the do's and don'ts between women and men.
Hey everyone, I'm Amantha Chery with the L Spot Show. Through all stages of love, there's do's and don'ts and boundaries. We overthink too much and we have to overcome. So I'm going to be talking to brand consultant Alexander King from NYLAM, and he's going to sit down with us and go through some of these things that we overthink. So stay tuned. Hey guys, I'm here with Alex, and we're going to get into some of these topics. So, okay, we have to get into the bedroom and like sleepovers. So some of us have natural hair, some of us have perm hair, wigs, weaves, whatever it is. And personally for me, I have really coolie hair. Like I have to tie my hair at night or else in the morning I'm gonna look crazy.
Mad frowsy, mad fuzzy, yeah, I know.
Yes. So how do you guys feel about head ties?
Honestly, I've never really thought that deep into it. Like, obviously, as a black man and dealing with women of certain roots, you know what I mean? Like, you have to deal with it. You have to, you understand, like, especially growing up with mothers. You grow up with your mother who's in that same culture. You understand having a tie down.
No, but I know a lot of guys who are like, oh, I like Spanish girls because, like, their hair is nice and they don't have to tie their hair. Like, black girls, like, I want to wake up and, like, you know.
I still know mad Spanish girls who get a fresh doobie wrap and tie their hair down at night. Like, yeah, you do, some you don't, but I'm never gonna kick you out my house because I'm like, oh, she tying her hair up. Like, I don't need you in my crib. I would never do that. Like, to me, it's not that serious, but there's some dudes who are just finicky.
Okay, so
about
tying your
certain
hair
things.
is fine.
To me, it's fine because I'm definitely gonna have a do-rag on.
So what about like matching panties and lingerie? Like, do you want like to undress the girl and she's having like pink bra and pink underwear, or you just like mix and match?
I mean, I prefer for everything to be coordinated and nice and of a lacy texture, but
Lacy?
a lacy texture, you know, the little. But nah, like if you're not matching, as long as your bra and your panties are clean, I don't have no problem with it.
Yeah, because I feel like, I mean, I don't think I match often. Like, do girls like actually like, okay, I'm gonna see babes today, like let me match and all
They
that?
do though. I feel like they do because I know as I'm undressing a girl and everything real matchy that she planned it.
Yeah, and I don't want to feel like it's planned, so I'm not gonna match.
No, but I like the effort that you put in. Like, oh, I'm about to see Alex today. Let me go ahead and match this up. Like, that's cute.
Okay, I never thought of it like that, but
It's the effort that counts. It's the thought.
Okay, that's a good one. So what about like the whole room situation, and am I going to his house, her house? Like, because personally, like I just go to the guy's house. Like, you are not coming to my house.
I hate that. I hate that girls always want to come to my house. Like, why? Like your house is your home, right? And that's supposed to be your sanctuary. And like, I feel uncomfortable as a guy. You understand the stigma that there is with guys, and which is another double standard, like being able to have multiple women come to your house. It's like, I don't want that many people in my house. Like, that's uncomfortable for me. That's
why it can't just be the one girl coming to your house. Who's the many people?
Listen, I've matured and I now realize it's supposed to be one person, but I didn't know that back then. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. So when the girl comes to your house, because you know you're not going to her house. Like, is your room going to be clean? Like, how do you guys deal with that? Like, if she's like a pop, like, do you not clean the room? If she's like your girl, do you clean the room? Like, how comfortable?
That's based off the man and like how he was raised. Like, me personally, my room is 9 times out of 10 is perfectly clean. But I have friends. I've got homeboys who their room is never clean. I've never seen their room clean. I have friends too,
and they tell me, oh, this girl just left and took a picture of the girl like in their bed, and I'm like, your room is a disaster. Like,
filthy.
Why would she even
sheets not on the bed? The sheets aren't on the bed. Mismatching pillowcase. They just be looking crazy. Cups and
no, with the mix matching pillowcases, it's actually happened to my friend. Like, a guy came to our dorm room and he literally like looked at her bed and left because her sheets like were not matching. And he's like, why, you want me to come sit on your bed looking like this? Like, he looked at the bed and definitely like turned around and left.
I mean, we're not gonna say nothing about that man's character, but me personally, I've never left a room because her girl's pillowcases ain't matching. I never would. But maybe he came there for other intentions.
All right, so
fashion designer.
So as females, like, we always get prepped up and cute and dolled up when we go see our guys. Like, our hair done, nails done, shave, everything. Like, do guys do that? Like, do you say I have to get a fresh haircut? Or I gotta get my nails done? Like, what's your preparation?
A girl, this is a new girl, or is this somebody I've been dating for a while?
So like you're dating?
Somebody I've been dating. If I don't have the freshest of haircuts, I'll probably still see her, but if I'm looking wolfy, then nah, I have to get a haircut. Like, I need Bae to see me at my finest. And I know, you know, a fresh haircut triggers certain things in women, so I like to be fresh.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, there you have it. He gave us some insight on some things that we probably do overthink, because some things you said, like, I would never even think.
Those are secret gems, though. Like, guys, forgive me if I gave too much of the playbook away, but that's how I think.
Well, thanks for coming on the L Spot Show. Camille and Jessica, back to you in the studio.
Hey everybody, so we're back. Right now you see we're changed into new outfits, and it's all because of Tin, the fashion designer of Khangle, and he's here to pretty much talk more about his collection. So Tin, tell us a little bit more about your fashion brand Khangle.
So my fashion brand is pronounced Khangle, and we use mostly is high quality products. And I produce my own fabric, and it's always have to go overseas because everything is made in Vietnam, and then we deliver it over here to America. So it takes a long process, but it's worth it.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about the pieces that we're wearing right now.
You guys' piece is 100% handmade. So we spend about 4 months to finish each of them because we always use hand and stitches. So it takes a long time to finish it, and I got the inspiration from water, molecules, so H2O, rocks, waters.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I really love my piece. What about you, Camille?
I'm feeling like a princess.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit more of what inspired you to create your brand.
So when I was 4th grade student, about 10 years old, I started to copy all the drawing from magazine to my notebook because I was bored. And then one day I figured out that I tried to copy the dress, and I fixed it because I think that if I fix the neck, it's gonna look better. So I fix it and I look back and say, oh, I like mine better. So start from then, I decide to draw and make my own. When I look at people, then I start to draw my own designs. So I start everything when I was 4th grade.
Right.
Yeah.
So what inspires, I know you said this one was inspired by water and molecules. What were some of your other inspirations behind some of your other styles?
I try to focus on Vietnamese traditional dresses, and I mix it with modern international. For example, I do blazer. I mix with Vietnamese traditional, which is it's not even close to each other, and I put them together so everybody in the world they can wear it. Look like even you are from America or you from different country, you still love to wear that outfit, even it's made from traditional dress from other country.
Right.
So do you make, so what are your pieces for? Are they high fashion for runway? Can people purchase them to wear them to different events? Like, what are you creating these pieces for?
Oh, like my slogan always say under my name, it's always have to be different, be unique, and be you. Because you gotta be different, you gotta be unique, and you have to be yourself. You don't want to copy anyone. So usually I focus on runway, photo shoots type, red carpet, instead of ready to wear.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I definitely feel red carpet ready
Yes,
for this.
yes. Look at us right now. But you also do, I saw you do accessories like purses. Like, explain a little bit more about how you came about to that, to doing accessories.
Yeah, I came to that because my teacher, the one that showed me everything, he was a former designer for Lady Gaga shoes for her work tour in 2010. So I have an opportunity to work with all the shoes, and from that, whenever I have a new collection, I always try to make the shoes and the purses to go with it.
Wow.
So
Especially because these pieces feel so unique.
Right.
So I feel like you do need the whole package.
Yep.
The outfit, the accessories to go with it, the shoes, and purses too, right? Yeah, so
Yep.
that's pretty cool.
What was it like having a mentor or teacher that has designed for Lady Gaga? Like, were you excited?
I feel very lucky because whenever I saw him on Facebook before, about 5 years ago, I was, ninth grade. So I text him, I keep texting him and texting and texting him and ask, like, can you teach me? Can you help me? And one day he replied to me. So after finish with high school, instead of go straight to college, I tell my mom, I'm gonna save money. I work the whole summer and then I buy the plane ticket to go back to see him.
Wow.
So he's the one teach me 10 hours a day, every single day, about sewing, drawing, everything.
Wow.
And Lady Gaga is definitely very unique and has her own unique
Yeah.
style. So do you think working with him has helped you find your own uniqueness and making sure you bring that out in your pieces?
Yep. That's why my slogan is be different, be unique, and be you. Because when people say about be different, the people always want to dress up differently. But they always get that sense from Lady Gaga, Beyonce, Nicki Minaj. So I want to make sure that you have to be yourself when you want to be different.
Right. So, what celebrities do you see see wearing your pieces?
Lady Gaga and Beyonce's. Yep.
Why them two?
Because they always like sparkle. They always like to be in the spotlight.
Right.
And like as you guys can see, most of my designs, it need to catch up the light. So when the light go on you, you can see all of the reflect. And I love the sparkle. I love the reflect from it. And celebrity, they need a reflect. Even when the photographer shoot them,
Right.
they can still have a reflect from the flash, and
Right.
that's all I want.
And these pieces definitely feel like when you walk in the room, all eyes on you. And those
Exactly.
celebrities definitely have all
You
eyes
gotta
on them.
shine
So
bright, a
I
diamond.
can totally see. So whoever their publicist, their stylist, make sure you're watching.
Yes,
yes.
I just took a picture on Instagram and everybody is commenting like crazy. And
Thank
mind you,
you.
I don't dress like this on a normal, so this is like most definitely different from me. But you also teach models how to walk.
Yep.
So explain about that process.
I will start before designing. I will start as a teenager modeling for G1 TV back in Vietnam. So when I come here, I have a chance to work with Go Well products, and I am their official hair model.
Wow.
So it's a great opportunity for me to train in the model myself, and the model gonna wear my outfit and walk for my show.
Yeah.
So the whole chance.
Yeah, so you basically are an all hands on,
Yep.
making the
From
outfits,
fabric,
getting
model,
yeah.
and for the show.
So do you feel like you really get to get your visions out from start to finish?
Yes. Like, how you start as a designer and as a very young, when I was 18, the parents, they say, are you sure about your career? But from now, like until now, I see everything. I not regret anything.
Right.
That's great.
So tell us a little bit of what you have coming up next.
So my next coming soon gonna be my fashion week. It's a Syracuse Fashion Week, upstate New York. It's gonna be on April 28th, Friday night, 7 p.m. So the ticket on sale online right now.
Cool.
Okay, tell them what the site that they could get the tickets from.
You can go on tix.com.
Okay.
That's gonna cnytix.com.
Okay.
Yep.
And where can we get if we wanted to look at some of your fashion?
You can go on my
shows?
website, www.khangle, And there's a shop tab right there. You go on it, and then you can get all information about dresses.
Awesome. And tell people where they can find you on social media.
Yep. Facebook, you can search me with Khangle Designers, or Instagram with Khangle 4E, so KHANGLEEEE. Or email me at khangle0706@yahoo.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tin, for joining us today. Like, I feel so diva-ish right now.
Yes, thank you for styling
Yes,
us.
this is amazing. And guys, thank you. And make sure you follow him, okay? Today's show was great. We discussed reality shows with Sasha Nycole, learned some do's and don'ts with women and men from our reporter Amantha Chery and Alexander King, and fashion designer Tin shared with us about his collection, Khangle.
To stay updated with what's happening with the show, our guests, and the host, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at The L Spot Show.
We'd like to say thank you to our production team. I have no words to describe how much I appreciate you all. To our viewers, thank you for watching, and make sure you too network and be recognized. See you next week.
Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, The L Spot Show, to see our latest episodes and some unseen footage.
Up next on the L Spot Show. Welcome to the L Spot Show. I'm your host, Jessica Lanice. On today's show, we'll be discussing about the evolution of hip-hop and R&B music.
But do you think today's songs carry the same depth and emotion? First of all, what is today's R&B? Some may say it's a Drake joint, and others may say it's Chris Brown. But are either of them truly considered R&B?
Or you just had your singers that did R&B, then you had your rappers that did hip-hop. It was never what it is now, like with the Tory Lanez and like Chris Brown now crossing over to singing and rapping. Like back then, you stayed in your lane.
Hi, I'm Amantha Chery from The L Spot Show. I'm here with fashion stylist Brittany Blue, and she's going to give us some hot ideas so we can look great for our spring break trips.
So now, especially since we're going out, what are we going to do? Are we going to get in before midnight while the club's a little dead, but it's free before midnight? Or are you going to wait until it gets popping and pay $25 entry fee?